What kind of man looks at death and decides it's a problem he can solve? Not accept, not fear, solve.
Some people break when life pushes them too far. See, Edward Hastings was just a man with an idea, and that's what makes him dangerous. His name? Edward Alaric Hastings, or at least that's what he used to be called. Now, he's known as something else, something far more dangerous than we could ever imagine, a nickname given to him in the comic books. Red. Not a hero, not a villain, not something you can easily understand. And I look at myself this way. Some people look at my stuff and they think, I can't really digest this, but it takes a keen eye to really understand and comprehend what the message is really conveying. A line crossed quietly, a belief taken too far. He believes that if he transforms himself into something healthier, more pure, then he could find a cure to get back his life. But that's not his ideal goal. His ideal goal was to eliminate something that was supposed to happen, and he cheated death. He didn't start as a monster. He started with fear, with love, with compassion, with the need to fix something that couldn't be fixed. Key word here is with. And somewhere along the way, the solution became worse than the problem. There are things you haven't seen yet. Experiments, people, places that shouldn't exist. And all of it leads back to him. Which is why he's one of the most important people in this story. Now, I don't want to give out too much, because that would kind of spoil it. But just know, what I'm doing here is very detrimental. I didn't create Red just to tell the story. I created him to understand something. That underneath the surface lies a flawed human being, painting excuses with unrealistic solutions / expectations. I used to make excuses all the time, and somewhat today I still do. And I see myself in Red. Everything I've ever done and everything I will do, it kind of results in like it almost feels like him. When I wrote him years ago, I didn't realize who I was writing, and turns out I'm writing myself. But of course, everything is fabricated in this story. So, of course, I'm not him. I'm not a technical genius, and I'm not a bioengineer. But sometimes I feel like, you can oddly be similar to someone who is far greater than you, but doesn't have the same traits. What happens when you try to control everything? When you refuse to let go? When you are supposed to? Not all monsters are born, but some are built piece by piece. The sooner you realize that the pieces that have been, collected towards becoming this monster or whoever you are now, you've been consumed by something that you couldn't really drop. You had all the necessary assets to drop this and not let it feed your emotion, but you loved it. You were drawn by it. It was a fixated emotion that it really fueled you. And I actually came to this conclusion myself. I have to separate the art from the artistry. That's what my brother told me. And I'm realizing that now, that certain things can't really control me. If everything can control me, then I am not in control of myself. I'm in control of only the things that control me and give me the reaction. My dad always told me not to react, but to think, to listen. Don't be too reactive. See, Edward Hastings was so reactive in his lifetime that he chose to do something that can change his life for the worse, not for the good. And a result of that, his family and also his co-workers, his colleagues, got the end of that stick. And this is the reason why I like this character so much. And not only do I love him, but he is going to be forever a staple of why I will always love illustrating and trying to convey an emotion, which is fear, and which is why I called him Red.